A youthful and innocent Englishman, John Truscott goes to the British Protectorate of, depicted as a settlement in the film, to attempt to apply his dad's work to the general public. There he meets his manager Henry Bullard and his significant other Aggie Bullard. John attempts to edify the region, building schools and giving instruction to individuals. He is met with new neighborhood customs. Seelima turns into his dozing word reference, who lays down with him and shows him the language and the propensities for local people. John is sent upstream where an affliction is influencing the Yakata clan. He and Seelima travel inland. John observes a close-by mining activity run by Europeans. He sees that the Yakata have rice, which has been given to them by the diggers, and he surmises accurately that the excavators have harmed the rice to dispose of the Yakata. Realizing that they will correct retribution, John lets the Yakata know what has occurred. The Yakata clear out the diggers. In spite of their aims, the two end up falling into an illegal love. John is anxious to wed Seelima in spite of the Longhouse not permitting it. At the point when John enlightens Henry concerning his arrangements to wed her, they secure Seelima. Seelima then consents to wed in the Longhouse and they head out in different directions. Bullard takes steps to send him to preliminary for the demise of the European excavators. He makes an arrangement with John. John needs to surrender Seelima, and go to Britain for a year's getaway and to meet the Bullards' little girl Cecilia. Another neighborhood British authority, Neville Shipperley, a crude alcoholic and a man who loathes local people, is envious of John since he had intended to win Cecilia as his own. After a year, John is seen wedding Cecilia. He actually battles to move past his past with his dozing word reference. With Cecilia, he chooses the best thing to do is return to Sarawak to proceed with his work there. Getting back to Sarawak, Cecilia sees John's craving for Seelima with his steady separation from her. Cecilia requests to find out about Seelima and John answers by saying that she is hitched to Belansai and that the couple have a child together. While at the lake gathering rocks for research, John sees Seelima with a child. He trusts the kid to be his and requests that Famous organize a gathering with the pair. Before long back at the house, Seelima strolls in, ignorant that John is there. John asks to see his child and soon Seelima leaves not before John can stop them. Here, John meets his child Mander interestingly. Whenever Belansai hears news that John is investing energy with his better half, he sneaks in to attempt to kill John yet just figures out how to hurt him with a razor. The following morning, Henry uncovers to John his past about his own resting word reference, which brought about the introduction of another kid, Seelima. At the point when Belansai is gotten for attempting to kill an official, he is condemned to be hanged. Seelima is unsettled that Belansai will be killed as he's been a decent dad to Mander. Not having any desire to kill Belansai, a companion of his, John proceeds with reporting Belansai's hanging as he had no other choice. Soon thereafter, Seelima attempts to break Belansai out, not realizing John is as of now there. Whenever she strolls over to the prison cell, she sees John breaking Belansai out and giving him a weapon. As Belansai get away, John requests that Seelima meet him at the harbor so they can escape on the boat. Seelima lets him know he won't come as they'll get him. John goes to Seelima and says then I'll let them know I'd prefer have you than a country. Or on the other hand a language. Or then again a set of experiences. They embrace as the downpour is pouring behind them. The following day, since individuals of the Longhouse have turned on Seelima, she is compelled to turn into the dozing word reference for Neville. Later Cecilia declares she is pregnant, stunning John. That evening, Seelima slams Neville on the head, taking him out, on the grounds that he has endeavored to go after her and power her. She gets the child and runs from the house, heading for the docks. In spite of the fact that John actually has plans to be with Selima and their child, he starts composing a note yet stops as Cecilia gets him. The couple then, at that point, talk about John's affection for Selima and how Cecilia believes John should be blissful. Aggie is disturbed that Cecilia and Henry have permitted both John and Selima to take off together in light of the fact that she never left Henry's sight, dreading he'd go with his dozing word reference. She urges Neville to pursue them. With the assistance of Famous and the Yakata, John looks for Selima as she's passed on, accepting that John didn't come to the spot of course of action. They rejoin as Neville comes through with a firearm. He advises them to sleeve themselves around the bamboos and advises them of his arrangements to kill John, Selima and their child. They're then saved by the Yakata, who kill Neville. Toward the end, they choose to live respectively and move with the Yakata.